Hello everybody. I've got 4 games I'm going to be looking at today. Molsky on the Death Prophet, Bananigans on the Lich, Burst Stream on the Jakiro, and finally Peaches, Petches, Peaches on the Dazzle. Let's just get started. I like that you bought a lot of tangos that is going to let you trade. You leveled Q, which I don't hate, especially if you use it to secure the range creep like you did, so that was perfect. You could try for the half pull, and it's probably worth attempting, but then again, if they're just going to let you pull through like they are right now, then, you know, why bother with the half pull? They really shouldn't be letting you do that, though. Yeah, the Lena's just bullying you because you're approaching from a bad place. See, now you actually take your approach from arguably where you should be taking it from. The Mars just has to back away completely. When you go to pull here, it's a little too early, I think. You can be contributing to harassing this Mars. You could have thrown in a couple right clicks in a Q, you would have been even lower. I'm looking at your items, and I think that you want more mana regen. If you had something like a Venomancer or a Necrophos that's doing damage on a regular basis, the tangos are a little bit more justified. Spirit Breaker is really not one of those heroes. You want to cast Q as much as possible. So yeah, this Rubik is out of position. It's good to go ahead and Q him. Normally I would say, hey, try to mostly use your Q on Spirit Breaker, but this Rubik is just taking bad trades, fighting a melee creep the whole time. He's in a bad position. Like, Spirit Breaker is your real target, right? You get a lot of good harass in there. Look at these guys. You own them. If you have more mana, you could own them more. So because you're completely out of mana, you're not really doing anything. The creep wave is going to push because you have double range creep here. If you had a Clarity, you could pop your Clarity, walk over here, and pull. You'd be nearly full mana again. The lane would be back, and you'd be ready to cast several more Qs on these guys. That ward was pretty obvious. As long as you have mana, you are destroying this Spirit Breaker. All you really need is more mana. You should be able to click the creeps around 18, 19, and then instead of walking straight down this way, you just walk into the trees in this gap, and you can pull the creeps from here. You have the ability to wrap around. If you wrap around, then you get the jump. You kind of close the distance a little bit as you put yourself between the enemy and their escape route, which just allows you to constantly right click them. Spirit Breaker keeps stepping all the way up to here. At least one time you probably should have tried to make this wraparound play. Even when you win, you can always win harder. You start the lane with 2 sentries against Sand King, which is really nice. You got plenty of mana regen, which I also really like. Good. Use your Q. Sand King's really terrible at level 1. You could hit both of them. You got tons of mana regen, so you kind of want to use your spell a lot. Yeah, you could just dual breath him. You want to use dual breath to trade. Yeah, keep hitting him. Beautiful. Deny the creeps. Excellent. You're doing great. Beautiful courier kill. You should dual breath him and hit him. He's got no HP. You're just holding hands with him. So maybe you're thinking, oh, I don't have enough mana to dual breath. That's what you have the mangoes for. I think you should be pulling. The wave's like super pushed. Just go pop your Clarity and hang out. Don't do anything without mana. You're Jakiro. I applaud you for buying smokes at all. I would buy them one at a time, though. Go salve your boy. Nice job. You gotta pop your Clarity earlier. The earlier you pop it, the earlier you have the mana, and then the earlier you're capable of making a play. Okay, yeah, 4 Clarities and 2 healing salves. That is just too much. You need to buy items that build into things and scale you at some point. You know what would be way better than 4 Clarities? A Raindrop. It blocks 120 magic damage. That's quite good against the Quap, Sand King, maybe even Ogre. Blocking the hard camp is nice. Right here, this guy's crazy. There are 2 range creeps hitting him, and 2 melee creeps that are about to be hitting him. If he walks up like this and you just hit him, he almost expects you to try to deny. So he's going to hit that range creep, and then he's going to be like, oh crap, the range creep's low, I have to hit it now, or I'm gonna get denied. And then he hits it again, and while you're doing that, you hit him twice. You're like baiting the range creeps to do damage to him. You got a Quelling Blade, which I don't understand. You probably have a reason, but it's not obvious to me. This is a really nice stack. I didn't know you could stack this way. I always stacked the other two camps. You taught me something. You should be proud of yourself. Maybe you don't care. Maybe you think I'm an idiot. Nice kill on the axe. This is good recognition of, hey, axe shouldn't be allowed to do this. Killing the axe is well worth you dying here. You TP mid and you get the D ward, so that's really nice. Good habit to TP mid there. Main takeaway would be look at the creep wave and use that as an indicator of whether or not you should trade. Thank you. This has been 5 Flames 4 5s. I hope that we can see ever improving position 5 play across the league. It is the Learn Dota 2 league after all, so I hope everyone learns something. I'll see everyone again next week.